Well, being a German, Jewish, American soldier, after World War II, after WWII, I had no intention of visiting Germany. I lost my aunt and my uncle and two of my cousins, and I just had no interest. But about 25 years later, I was asked to give a lecture in my field, which is college and university food service. That's my specialty, and I got to be known in it because I wrote some books on the subject, and I lectured in Germany. And one of my colleagues who had a big job at the University of Erlangen said, "Oh, you got to come and see my operation," and I did, and I loved it, and he loved mine, and he visited me, and I visited him, and we've been friends for 25 or 30 years, and that's how come I got into Germany. So it's not the first time I've been in Berlin, but it's about the third time, and I was glad to see the house that my father built, that I lived in, and I was glad to be back in Berlin. But mostly I'm glad to be part of this wonderful group of veterans. I feel comfortable with them, and I appreciate having been invited to come.
It just makes me feel so wonderful to be back here and knowing what it looked like back then and see what it is now, you know. I'll tell you what, it's just a great thing to see how they've really come back from that, because that was terrible, you know, back then. And I really give them credit for staying faithful to people and the peace of the country and stuff, and doing what they can to keep it that way. So
I'm delighted. First of all, it's a great group, great organization. The people are so kind and so solicitous, and they've done a great job of planning the trip. So we've been comfortable and luxurious, and I'm going to be spoiled rotten by the time I get home. But my wife will correct that situation in about 10 minutes. During the war, we fought up to the Elbe River, and we were instructed to hold up. And I was delighted, because I knew what would happen to us if we had to take Berlin. So that was the end of the fighting for us, for the entire American Army, actually. So that's as far as we got, and it took me 76 more years to get back, to get to Berlin. I have no messages. I hope they learn the lessons that I was referring to earlier. I hope they learn the truth and stick with it. Don't embellish it, don't diminish it. Just get the truth, factual. You have in Holland a cemetery, Margrethen, and that's where our guys are buried. I would like to think that, you know, sometime down the line, these future generations will visit places like that.
I want them to have some empathy for other people. I want them to do good things. In my hometown, I happen to be involved in our soup kitchen. I designed a soup kitchen that now feeds over 1,000 people, and the kitchen has been named after me because I believe in that. I've been involved in that for 35 years. I think my kids and my grandkids should do the same thing. You have to live in such a way that you feel that on balance, no matter how many things were bad, more things are good on the scale at the end of your life. At 97, at this particular point, I hope, based on what I'm told, maybe other people are telling me that they're more good than bad is in my life, and I want my kids to have that kind of a life.
I'm here, and I think it's wonderful that we can be together, and I love you. I don't care who you are, where you come from, what color you are, or anything. I love you, and that's what the world should be. That's what's missing.